Well, g'day, legends, and welcome back to another episode of the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. Hey, this one's proudly brought to you in partnership with the Los Angeles Tribune Network. My name's Jeff Ross. I'm your host, a proud father of three amazing, energetic boys coming to you from the beautiful island of Tasmania, Australia. This show is where we help frustrated network marketers, affiliate marketers, and online entrepreneurs to master AI, social selling, and attraction marketing so you can go build a business that works for you instead of the other way around. So let me ask you this. Are you tired of chasing prospects and hearing crickets in your DMs? Do you want to grow a network marketing business without the burnout? Hey, I'm curious, are you using AI and automation to help you to scale faster? If this has piqued your interest, then stick around. Let's buckle up, because today's guest is about to drop some serious wisdom. He's an industry legend, and I'm pumped to welcome DJ Barton to the house. So thank you very much for saying yes, DJ. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, Jeff, thank you for having me. I've been watching you for a long time on social media, and one of the things I actually love best about social media is it brings the whole world so close together, and you get to create a lot of memories and, more importantly, relationships with people that you would have never met. And I've been able to be very fortunate to watch your journey over the years on what you're doing. So congratulations to you as well.
Oh, well, thank you very much, DJ. It really does help to make it a global community, right? So for those who don't know, DJ is a seasoned entrepreneur. He's a digital business strategist, a social selling expert in his own right, who's mastered the art of building passive income streams through digital products, automation, and social media marketing. He is the co-founder of Levati Travel Club, a business that's changing the way people experience travel around the world. He has decades of experience in online business, digital marketing, network marketing, and DJ has helped thousands of entrepreneurs simplify duplication, build teams faster, and create financial freedom. So in this episode, we're going to break down with DJ the biggest shifts in digital entrepreneurship and network marketing, how to leverage this new fangled tool called AI and automation for passive income and duplication, the most common mistakes online entrepreneurs make, and how we can fix them or even avoid them altogether, and how to build influence and authority through social media. So before we get started, this episode is brought to you by the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy. You know, we're all about helping network marketers, affiliate marketers scale their business even faster through the LLD community. You know, this is your one-stop shop to mastering social selling and AI, attraction marketing and personal branding, and to give you the fundamentals, foundational skill sets to become that person of influence, to learn how to master storytelling, to learn how to really leverage social selling through applying AI to help you to shorten that learning curve. Hey, we don't just teach you how to grow your network marketing business. We give you the exact roadmap and tools to help you make it happen. And if you would like to learn more about the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy to see if it's a good fit for you, just reach out and have a chat with us. You'll see the link in the show notes below. But let's get started with today's episode. And DJ, first question I've got for you, mate, is you've been an entrepreneur for decades now. You've been in the online business space, the network marketing space. You've seen it evolve massively over the last couple of decades. What are the biggest changes that you've seen in how people build and grow their businesses? And what are the core principles that still hold true in today's world?
Yeah, no, what a great question, man. The first thing that comes to my mind is human first, marketer second. You know, nobody loves to be sold, but everybody does like to buy. And we know that in a really big way. And authenticity is everything today in the society that we live in today. Social media is the double-edged sword, right? It's a good thing and a bad thing. Everybody continues to show what we would call their highlight reel versus their reality reel. And the difference maker from, with leveraging social media today, per se, is that the more authentic you can be, the more real you can be. And let people into your heart, into your mind, into your soul, and on your day-to-day of what you do. That's the difference maker. A lot of people in our space, the affiliate or the network marketing model, it's evolved. I started doing this 28 years ago, Jeff, just when I turned 18 years old. And let me just put it in perspective without going too deep. But I remember when I first got started, we circled an ad in what's called a newspaper. I know some people don't even know what that is in today's world. And it was in the sales and marketing section. And we answered a little ad, and we went down to an office and sat in a group presentation and got pitched this idea of being self-employed and living life on your terms, traveling the world and having financial freedom. And you got to remember, I was 18. I didn't go to college. I barely graduated high school. All the job offers I got without a degree was blue collar labor work, painting, carpenter work, laying carpet, tile, things like that. And so when I went down to my first meeting and saw light at the end of the tunnel going, wow, an everyday person like me has the ability to become financially free as long as I'm coachable, teachable, follow a system, find a mentor, find a leader, and go to work. And we used to run ads in newspapers. We didn't have social media. We didn't have the internet. I remember faxing orders in back in the day. And, we would have to go to malls and be, pretend shoppers because we couldn't afford to buy anything, and compliment people in the mall on their shoes, their car, their watch, start conversations with the bartenders and servers, true old school networking groups, all the things. And now today, Jeff, you and I met through the World Wide Web, through social media. I mean, you're connected with a click away to billions and billions of people around the world. And if you can learn how to be a professional conversation starter and find a need and fill it, you're going to break down people's walls. You could build the know, like, and trust. You can find out if they're open, if not them, somebody else. And you can truly build a global brand, no matter what business you're in, whether it's affiliate marketing, network marketing, direct sales, traditional businesses. We've grown many traditional businesses and, online type businesses with the same philosophies, the same principles, the same mindset. And so as long as you're willing to be a sponge and learn things that you've never done to get the lifestyle you've never had, that's where it's at today.
Yeah. So just recapping there, and I'm hearing some sort of core things that haven't changed. So like straight away, you said, get a mentor, be teachable, get a system, right? That doesn't change. It's just the thing that has changed is the delivery of the message, the tools that we use. 28 years ago, you said you're using the newspaper. Look, okay, social media, if we just go pitch, we're going to turn people off. So, in a very noisy world where everybody's got, their phone now, everybody's got a social media account, what would you say is the way to cut through the noise and stand above the crowd to go and get that same impact to start a conversation? I'm talking about traction marketing. How do you bring people to you to be able to get that conversation started?
Yeah, so there's so many ways on lead generation, from attraction marketing and curiosity posts and different things like that. But the number one thing is this: you have to figure out how to stop people from scrolling past your information. And that, you get to your point, Jeff, you can't be an infomercial and constantly pitch, right? Like, in your stories, you can pitch 2, 3, 4 times a week because within an hour it disappears, right? But the biggest thing is you want to come off as an expert in your field, whatever that may be, whether it's entrepreneurship, mindset, whether it's, travel in some people's areas, branding, AI specialist, whatever your niche or niche is, right? You want to become an expert. You want to deliver value. And the more value you deliver, the more you raise your credibility to your audience. And then when you do reach out to them to start a conversation and create a connection, so potentially you can do business together, that you already have what I would call that authority figure out of the gate. So you you deliver a tremendous amount of value, you find a need and fill it, right? And then you're the person that can, help those individuals benefit from filling the need that they're looking for.
Yeah, essentially what you're talking about there as authority figure is leadership, Leadership 101. And I remember my friend Kylie, she always said to me, that be the leader that you wish that you had. So my encouragement here to our listeners is don't go seeking for your upline or even your crossline or even your corporate team to be that leader. Like, part of the conversation here in the network marketing game is people come into it for the money. They come into it for the products, but they stay because of the people they become, right? So
that's 100% true.
The conversation you're having right now is about becoming that leader that you wish that you had, but the leader you need to be attractive and be that authority to others, right?
Yeah, there's two things that came to my mind when you were chatting. Is I always ask myself, and I even train our team this, is number one, would you recruit you? Like, and that's number one. Would you recruit you? Are you good enough to recruit yourself? And if the answer is no, then you got to work on yourself internally to show up externally. The other question I always ask people, and myself included, is if my team did exactly what I did today, would we have grown or would we have, decreased our production? And then the last thing is would you have hired yourself? Would you have gave yourself a promotion? Would you given yourself a raise, or would you have fired yourself based upon your activity? Because you can lie to the public world, but you can't lie to yourself, right? And so if you don't have a positive answer to any of that, that's why your business isn't where you want it to be. If you can't show up to your business, how can you expect anybody else to show up for their business?
Brilliant. I love that. And what comes to mind in this whole conversation is ownership, right? It's doing not necessarily looking for the external, tools, the systems, the tools, the strategies to go and make it work. Where most of the top network marketers and owners that I've seen in this space is one thing they've done is very clear, is they've done the internal work. They've done the deep work to help them to figure out how to be that people, how to be that person, how to be recruitable, how to go and support others to do the same thing, right?
It's brilliant what you just said. It just triggered this to me is, yes, you have to 100% work on yourself before you can help others work on themselves, right? And you, Jeff, have been successful in our profession for a very long time. You could go to any company, whether they've been around for 50 years or 5 days, and climb to the top 1% of that company, because leaders always find themselves back to the top of a company. I've been very blessed and fortunate to get to the top 1% of every company I've been a part of. Now I own a company. And the reason why I share that with you is that if you're not where you want to be in your business, you have got to work on yourself first, and then you will rise to the occasion of the successes and that you desire in what you're doing, right?
Yeah, brilliant said. And I've shared this in a few stories and other guests. 10 years ago, I tried to kill myself, and I was at the lowest of my lowest of my lowest. And I've just been in this last 10 years, just been in a development phase of spiritual health, physical health, emotional health, financial health, and just doing the deep internal work to become the person that I am today. But to sum it up, I've learned to love myself. I learned to build my self-identity around the things that, call it universal, I call it God, the way he sees me.
Sure, absolutely.
And that in return has helped me to love other people and go and support and serve other people. And I see in the network marketing industry, as I said, most people come into it for the opportunity. They mostly come into it for the products, but it's all about their need versus the other, how they can be of service and how they can support their people and be that leader, right? What I'm talking about is it's transactional mindset, but the successful people, the ones that I see and admire, the ones I aspire to be like, and the way I grow in my space is to be missional mindset. See, transactional mindset is all about how can I win, or let's create a win-win, and how can we win together? It's a transaction, right? There's a quid pro quo. But with a missional mindset, it's about how can I serve? How can I help you to win? How can we grow together? And it's long-term. Perfect story out of the Bible that I can reflect on is Paul from, Saul of Tarsus. he had a mission, but yet he got shipwrecked after shipwreck after shipwreck. He got stoned, he got flogged, he got jailed, he got martyred. But that never stopped him from getting into the weeds and doing what he needed to do to achieve the mission. And I see every successful network marketer, they have that missional mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I agree with you. A lot of people get in for the money. They get in because they want to lose weight, or they start with the product and then they become a rep, or vice versa. But they stay because of the friendships, the bonds, the relationships. If you've been around our profession for many years, you've heard that, our industry is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it, right? And once you grow internally, your lifestyle externally is going to grow 10x or beyond, right? Because we all have baggage, we all have limited beliefs and self-doubts and insecurities, and things that we bring with us through our childhood to our young adult lives to where we are today. And it's all about coping and dealing with past limited beliefs to get rid of them, to eliminate them so you can move forward. And of course, pay it forward and helping everybody else out. And to your quote, what Zig Ziglar said, when you help enough people in life get what they want, you automatically get what you want. And that's really when you're mission driven. I mean, that's, the last company I was a part of, to give you a real example, is I was the number one producer in that company. And the owners made a lot of promises that they had no intentions in keeping. In fact, they asked me, at the time, to sign an agreement, like an NDA, hush agreement, and pay me a salary to stay as a builder and keep it between us and the company, because they needed me to stay to be a pawn in their game. And naturally, we don't build that way. It was against our morals and beliefs, and that's why we took a different direction than we did. And that's where we're at today, is because when you're mission driven, where you can build a company for the field, but from the field's perspective, and you can be in a position to go help people win. As an owner, we get offers all the time, some wild offers to do crazy things in this industry. And the reason why we're where we're at is, one is relationships. Two is we have people that have created friendships and familyships and bonds with us. And when you start building for their families, that's when the magic happens. When you are doing three-way calls and Zooms and webinars and postings and all the daily activity, your DMO, daily method of operation, with the intentions that you're not serving just you're serving your higher purpose, but you're also serving the team and the people that believed in you to get to this point, that's when your business is going to flip and turn for the better.
Yeah, well, yeah, something I've come that I've really profound the last couple of years, and I've been building around, is where's my attachment at? Is my attachment on serving my needs, or is it serving the legacy impact? And so we've got to be attached to something, right? And we've got to build from something, but where am I attached? And if I'm attached to my mission, then I will go through the grind, I'll go through the hard, I'll do what it takes to get where I need to be. Yeah. But if I'm attached to the results, if the result doesn't come, I get deflated and get disheartened. So where I'm leading to this conversation is, our industry is a great industry. I love it. Live it, breathe it. And so do you. But, the stats prove that in the first 3 years, the majority of people only earn about $300 a year in the network marketing industry. So the top earners of the company, they've gone through some major shifts themselves. They've built the skill set. They've built the personal character that they need to be to where they need to get. But I want to talk to the frustrated, the affiliate network marketer here who's been in the game 3 to 5 years. They're still at that stuck point. What's some words of wisdom that you could speak into that to help them to get unstuck, to help them to get traction and get moving forward, so that they can start to get that life-changing income. They can start to get the results. And I know it's a lot of this is around mindset and personal development, but how can you speak into that?
So if I go back to my first 3 to 5 years, because and let me just preface it by saying that it's a double-edged sword, because we live in a world of instant gratification. We've got the microwave, and if it's within 3 seconds of finishing, I'm popping it open because I can't wait that 3 seconds, right? And we all go through that, but we all live in a world where, like with Amazon, if I need a new earbud, it can be here tomorrow, right? I don't have to wait and order and all the things. And so we just live in a different world today. What I do my best to remember is, that you're going to go through a transformation. I remember when you were 1 or 2 or 3 years of age compared to where you are now. It takes time to become the person you want to be. And you have to embrace the journey. As I'm saying this to you, I'm saying it to me as well, because entrepreneurs are not patient, where we want things happening yesterday. Finish never is, right? Finish never is. I learned that from another owner in our industry. And you can't get complacent, and you can't focus on today. You're always 90 days away from your paycheck. That's why a lot of the builders start building in August, September, October for the new year versus wait till January and start, because then they don't see the results till April. But remember why you started the business. You got into it to make some extra money, have some fun, meet some great people, create memories and experiences that last a lifetime, get out of debt, retire your parents. Rome wasn't built in a day, although we wish it could have been, right? And so you just have to learn how to embrace the journey is number one, but embrace your growth as well, because you're going to become the best version of yourself. And you can't compare somebody else's chapter 50 to your chapter 1. And what I mean by that is, you might have somebody that joins your company and hits some of the top ranks in your company in record-breaking time. It's because they've been working on themselves for 5 or 10 or even 15 plus years prior to them getting into your opportunity. So you can't have what's compared to, you can't have comparitis syndrome, as we say. You got to focus on your journey and your venture and why you're doing what you're doing, but enjoy every moment of it. Because if it was easy, number one, I couldn't relate to everybody else. I rode the struggle bus for 3 years in my business. And after 3 years of, like what you said, Jeff, the average networker makes $300 a year. Thank God I made more than that in my years. However, I didn't make the big bucks until year 5, 6, 7 and beyond within our industry. And most network marketers don't. And so just, run your own race. The other thing I'll tell you is you have to be consistent. So many people, the analogy that I like to use, Jeff, is microwave popcorn. We all have it all over the world, right? Yeah. You got microwave popcorn. It takes about 3.5 minutes. If you read the directions, on high, consistent heat. The word consistent heat in there. You can't have it on for 10 seconds one day, 30 seconds the next, 20 seconds the next, 40 seconds the next, and over a week or a month, have it pop for 3.5 minutes, and your popcorn's going to be fresh. You're going to eat the kernels and probably break your teeth because they didn't pop, because you have to have it on high heat for 3.5 minutes. And believe it or not, after the 3-minute mark is when it's popping like the 4th of July in the first place. Nothing happens the first 3 minutes, but that last half second, it all goes bananas in that bag. And that's just like your business. You have to figure out the path that's best for you. You're not building your business for your upline. You're not building it for the owners of the company or other leaders. You're building it for you. So I challenge each and every person to join our profession is figure out what the result you want it to be. Know that it could take 3 to 5 years to get there. Pick a certain amount of time on the daily that you're willing to invest into yourself, invest into your business, and invest into your team. And know that it's a 5 to 7 year plan. And if you prepare it that way, 3, 4, 5 years, when you start hitting your stride, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. But one of the worst things a lot of people do, Jeff, in our profession is overpromise, underdeliver. They oversell, underperform, all the different things. This is not a get-rich-quick deal. This is a get-rich-eventually deal versus potentially never with what some people are currently doing. And so embrace that. If you got to $500 to $1,000 a month in your first 60 to 90 days, and that was goal number one, and then to double that in the next 6 months, and then double it the next 6 months after, if you play the long game and you set the right expectations, not only for you, but everybody you're working with, you're going to have longevity in your business. One of the worst things, that's the biggest pet peeve in my mind, is the people that act like used car salesmen. And if you're a used car salesman, don't take it personally. It's just a phrase that we use around the world. but we're not looking for those slick Rick salespeople. We're looking for the people that are that have the mission behind the madness, right, Jeff? That's really what I would tell people when they're brand new is don't listen to the hype. Don't listen to the people that say, hey, stand in that corner and we'll start watering. You'll start squirting out hundreds like a tree. It's not going to happen that way. But if you focus on a 5 to 7 year plan and the compound effect and reinvest 10% of your earnings in other passive investments, not businesses, but investments, and start using all the financial success tools that are out there and the technologies, you're going to have success eventually.
Brilliant. Masterclass in about 5 minutes, and just how to be so raw, real, transparent, upfront, to the point, and I love it. Thank you very much. But there was at least 10, I have to go back and listen to that, but there's at least 10 points that I could really highlight. But the top 3 was, for our listeners, is getting clear on your why. Now, it's not even the why you got started. It's not even why it serves your family, but it's that deeper why. What's that why you're going to be doing this in 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Like that why, the core crux of it that's going to drive you to go through the suck. Because there is going to be that initial stage where you've got to embrace the suck. And what I like to remind people is, how do we learn to walk, right? We learn how to not to fall over. How do we learn how to ride a bike? Well, we learn how not to fall off the bike. Learning is chaotic. Learning is messy. It sucks. And there's a reason why most people quit, because it's hard. And what we need, though, to do it is we need community that helps us to feel seen, heard, known, and ultimately loved. And when we can find that community and we can find mentors that'll guide us, and everybody can be a guide, doesn't matter where you are on that journey, you're somebody's guide, and you can help people get out of Sucksville and get them to Awesome Town.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. That's what it's all about. When you can focus on your why and what your purpose is, and your why, like you said, man, it's going to change all the time. When I got started in network marketing at 18, my why was bottle service, fancy cars, vacations, going out at night, clubbing. Now it's about how many people can I serve and impact and put as much money in my bank account as doing. Yeah, it's a different animal. And once you learn that and grow up, the whole concept is when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, right?
Yes, 100%. All right, let's shift gears. I want to talk about this AI space. So AI and automation is transforming the way we build businesses and create products and scale passive income streams. I know it has helped me. How can you see online entrepreneurs and network marketers? What do you see them? How you can see them leveraging AI to simplify their processes, to help with duplication, automate the systems, but not replace them. I see at the moment it's the pendulum swing, right? We've got this extreme sort of scenario, people trying to figure this out, and it's messy. It's a bit chaotic. And I've seen people use tools to replace things, which I sort of stand against. Like at the moment, there's this bot that's running around and it's commenting on all people's posts. And it makes it like human interaction. I'm calling it engagement spam, right? I don't see it serving us, because in a world where it's very noisy, in a world where there are a lot of online scams, trust is at an all-time low, right? And so we need to look for ways to develop trust, to build trust, to connect with people on that heart-to-heart level. So how do you see AI serving in that space?
So I'm a lot like you, Jeff. So I've bucked a lot of the AI. I embraced it at the same time. And here's what I mean by that. AI will not replace the human touch or the human interaction. There's no easy button. There's no shortcut. I do not use AI to respond to my messages. I do not use AI to comment on other people's posts. What I do use AI for is to clean up my messaging, as far as my punctuation, my English, my spelling, my verbiage, to help me speak more intelligently in emails and texts and messages to my team, posts, come up with curiosity posts, referral post ideas. It's basically my virtual assistant to help me come up with better material and better tools and systems for what I'm doing. Now, I love AI for interacting on my websites. I love that AI can actually help with customer support over time. It'll get better and better. It's a little sloppy right now, right? What I don't like about AI, like you, Jeff, is that I can tell 100% of the time when somebody uses AI and they send me a DM, when they send me a or comment on my post, because I do respond back kind of snarky and
So do
do
I.
hashtag AI, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and people do it and use it anyways. There's no authenticity, which is what I talked about at the very beginning of this, is a human first, marketer second. And like you said, Jeff, there are a lot of scams and shysters in the world today. And I know AI can, like I watched commercials now and I can tell it's AI, right? I can tell when AI is calling me. There's just, you can tell. And so I believe in high tech. I believe in high touch. I believe
Yep.
in AI as a tool to help
Yes.
you build a better version of you, but not to replace you. That's probably the
Amen.
best way I can say it. But I like the tool. You know, it comes up with great Facebook ads for our business. It can come up with creating great, PowerPoints in a short period of time. It can come up with creating perfect podcast conversations if you were into doing stuff like that. Different bullet points. What I do like AI, like Chat GPT and all the others, is I can come up with great. If I want to do a 7-day or 11-day or 21-day challenge of live videos on a specific topic, I can come up with topics and put that topic in and have it give
Yeah.
me a few bullet points. And then I can ad-lib myself and be a DJ, but it gave me some topics if I got, kind of brain stumped and I can't think of something to post for that day. I use it as a leveraging tool to help grow my business, but I don't let it replace me or my business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. You let it to amplify your voice. You let it to enhance you and
Mm-hmm.
to help you to up level. It's a
Yeah,
partnership, right? And
100%.
and I know in my own journey and the way that I see people embracing AI in a way that's serving them and not, holding them back is I look at my weaknesses. So like I'm dyslexic, I can't spell, my grammar's atrocious. I actually say AI saved my marriage because I don't have to pester my wife to try and proofread everything for me anymore.
Right.
But also now, AI has helped me to become a better storyteller. It's helped me to become a better influencer because now I can dive into buy-in psychology and frameworks and
That's it.
copywriting. Like I'm not a copywriter, but with AI, I can become like a pretty fast,
Yeah.
awesome copywriter. So it's
Smart.
looked at my weaker areas, and then I've gone, right, well, these are the areas that I'm struggling with. How can I use AI as a tool to bring my message forward in an articulate way that cuts through the noise and speaks directly to people's hearts? Essentially,
You nailed it.
how can I influence people and win friends? And
Yeah.
AI, that partnership that I've had with it, that marriage that I've had with it, and it really is that partnership is exactly that conversation. How can I influence people and win friends?
You nailed it, man. I mean, if people use AI to replace their work ethic and become lazy or replace
Mm-hmm.
them with the human touch, you're missing the boat. I mean, I can
Yeah,
watch a TV show, I can watch a movie when they use AI versus not, and there's just a different human connection. I can't explain it when you
yeah,
know that the person's real on the other side. Like I use for prospecting voice clip on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I say your name. I make it blatantly obvious that it's not AI. It's really DJ, all the things. And,
yeah.
all I do is use it to better my business, help me feel and look smarter, come up with content, clean up my messaging. In fact, I'm a big fan of a guy named Michael Burnoff, and he's really good at
Yes. Yep.
NLP and
Yep.
I've literally, for example, I'm in the travel space, so I would literally type into. I'm going to give you a real example where I had to take Michael Burnoff's tonality, NLP, psychological concepts, and with a buddy of mine who owns a competing company because he had a great message, And I typed it and said, hey, create this message for my company with Michael Burnoff's sales and marketing psychology.
Yeah.
And I hit a button and it came up. I said, great, rewrite it in my tone so it sounds like me. And then literally I have it. And literally it gave me the scripts that I want to use. And it gave me the explanation of the scripts as to why the scripts say what they say to hit these points in your messaging. And then I took my own personality and used the voice clip without reading it word for word, but the same messaging, and create messages, and I sign people up in my business.
I do exactly the same thing. I say, right, I like Donald Miller style from Story Brand. Help me act like Donald Miller as a storyteller, and here's my concept. Let's go and just bring it all together. It's a partnership, right? It's a marriage. I did a masterclass at the end of last year, and as I was setting up for the new year, I showed people how to get Gary Vaynerchuk, Zig Ziglar, and Brian Tracy, and bring them to your board of directors. Bring them into your board.
Beautiful.
And then get them to ask you questions to help you to bring out what you need, the information that needs to help you to create a business plan, create a marketing plan. So it's what I call conversational AI. And with the voice prompting now, we can have those type of two-way conversations with experts, and we can get them to bring that expert knowledge and wisdom to the table. And once again, that's just a beautiful story of that marriage, that partnership of how you can leverage AI to enhance you and amplify you.
And now on the flip side, if we go technical, like AI can help you actually write code for different things, right? And so there's AI where you can use it on the analytical side of a business as a techie to write different codes, or, I'm not very good at outline of PowerPoints, and there's softwares to help create your PowerPoint presentation. Then you go in and change the colors and just fine tune the messaging a little bit. And, when you're writing different things that you need to write, email campaigns, and I mean, there's a right place and a right time for everything. Just don't get complacent, don't get lazy, and don't forget, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Being a human first, marketer second. I've said it 3 times in this interview because it's so important.
Yes.
People forget that. People don't do business with a company. They do a business with the individual in that company.
And that's why I'm so big on personal branding, right? Because people buy you first. And I come from a digital marketer's background. Like, before COVID, had a full service digital marketing agency. I built websites. I did funnels. I did Facebook ads for massage centers, chiropractors, gyms, all of that, right? And I've transitioned that skill set into the network marketing industry. And what you're saying there about writing code for PowerPoints now, my guy Dave and I, we're basically building funnels out for clients, and we can build what used to take me like a week or 2 weeks to build a funnel. I'm doing in like an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah,
just with AI code.
It condenses time.
Yeah, it just helps you to get faster. Yeah, love it.
It's brilliant, man. Brilliant.
It's like it is a tool, though. I want to really just wrap this part of the conversation up. And what I love to say is if think of it as a hammer. If I put a hammer in a 3-year-old's hand, I may get a nail hit into a piece of wood. But if I put that same hammer into a master craftsman's hand, and one who knows how to use it to build a masterpiece, I could get a cathedral. I could get a grand piano, whatever, right? But it is exactly what it is. AI is just a tool. It's a very powerful tool. And the old Spider-Man quote, what is it? With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. I like to flip it. With great responsibility comes great power.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, very true, my friend. Very true.
So DJ, love to just quickly wrap up. So if you had to start all over again, knowing what you know today, no audience, no network, but all the knowledge that you've acquired over your decades in this industry, what is the exact step-by-step strategy you would build to get started and build a 6-figure online business in the next 12 months?
First of all, I'd identify what my true passion is. And I would not join a company because of a trend or a fad, because trends and fads don't last forever. I'd find a product, a service, an idea, an opportunity that will be here the test of time. That's
Thank
number
you for
one.
saying that. Thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. And that's number one. So many people get on these trend buses and these fad trains. And if you become a hopper, and I'll answer the question in a minute, but if you become a hopper in your profession, every time you hop from company or opportunity to company hopping, you lose credibility. People lose belief. The people are going to doubt you. And by the third or fourth hop, you're not going to have a following. And so I just want to set the stage with that is find something you can be passionate about. Forget everybody else that's going to wake you up and drive you every single day. I found that. Jeff has found that. Other individuals, top leaders have found that. And so that's the first thing I would identify. The second thing I would do is I would focus on branding myself because like you, Jeff, you've done many businesses in your past. I was with a company from 2015 to 2021. Out of my control, the company went out of business, mismanaged funds, COVID hit, timing just came and it disrupted it. If I would have branded that company, everybody would have known DJ was out of business. So because I brand myself, if my company goes out of business tomorrow, hypothetically, I can pick up a new opportunity tomorrow or in a day or two and continue my social retailing or social selling, and I don't miss a beat. So number one is I would learn, knowing what I know now, is I would brand the heck out of myself. All right. Just like Pepsi and Coca-Cola and all the biggest companies in the world. I would find a product opportunity or service that I can be passionate about that will outlast me. So you can truly have that legacy wealth to leave for your kids. In Jeff's case, his 3 kids. And I would do that. And then I would go, success loves speed. And I would go fast. I would not look left. I would not look right. I would not worry about 7 days of the week. It's 24/7, 365 till you hit your goal. I was listening to an individual 2 weeks ago, a very popular trainer in our industry. And he said it should not take you 6 years to be successful. The problem is it takes people 6 years to make a decision to act on what they want in the first place. And you can figure it out in 6 months. You can change your life, Jeff, in 6 months from right now. When you make the commitment, you make the decision, and you get consistent on what it is you're looking for. In 6 months, you could go from living on food stamps to a multiple 6-figure income. No exaggeration, no BS. And so that's the one thing you need to join a company that has the compensation plan that is truly rewarding, not just to the top, but to the middle and the new people. You need to find a product that, that people want and need and desire. You need to find the right culture, the right community, the right leadership, and the right systems. You have to find a company that has all that, so then you don't have to create it. That's what we did. I know, Jeff, that's what you do. And then I would block out the noise, and I would literally go to work for 6 months as hard as I possibly can, because when you put things in a small condensed combustional situation, that's where you create explosion. And there's a lot of distractions, Jeff, in the world today. You and I see it every day on social media, digital marketing. I get pitched every day in my DMs for opportunity. I consider myself like a rhino. I've got some thick skin. I can handle the pressure, but 99% of the people cannot handle the pressure. So you have to avoid what I would call shiny object syndrome. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Keep your eye on the prize. Every time you move and add, like I have people in my company that were in the top 5 for 6 months straight, and they haven't been since those first 6 months because they're promoting multiple things.
They're distracted.
Well, you lost credit. You're distracted. You lost credibility. We believe in multiple streams of revenue, but you got to get your first one to a full-time income, and it can sustain it when you walk away from it. Then you start another one, and then another one, and then another one, and so on.
Yeah.
You can't start 7 at the same time because you're not going to get anywhere. You can't chase 7 squirrels at the same time. Go catch one, go do another one. Those are the things that I would share with you, knowing what I know now, going back and talking to my old self. And the last thing is I would lock arms with a mentor that is actually working in the trenches right now, even though they made the big bucks. You know, when I got started,
they're building.
My mentor, Mark, was a top 5 money earner, made millions of dollars. But when I met him, he was still in the trenches, because the more money you make, the more money you make. And so find somebody that's already made it, and they're coming back down the hill to come bring you up with them. That is a key component. Don't sign up with somebody that's made it and they're just sitting at home on their yacht, or we're traveling the world, not spending time with you. We're in the trenches building, even though we've made it, right?
Yeah.
And so I just challenge you to find somebody that's building, already has the success that you want, not just financial, spiritual, marriage, relationship, family life, friend life, the whole package, and tie it into a product service opportunity with the right systems, tools, leadership, support, and culture, and go to work. And don't look up for 6 months.
I love speaking with people of your caliber, DJ. Like, it's straight away, like in half an hour, we've just gone through a masterclass, I reckon, here on how to become a network marketing professional. And this is one of those episodes that I know I'm personally going to go back to and listen over and over and over and over again. And I appreciate you just sharing your gift, your wisdom, and your love. Like, really, I received that. And that's the thing, right? I feel like when we feel seen, heard, known, and loved, we can go conquer the world together. And yeah, this has been an absolute beautiful episode. So thank you very much. Are there any final words that you'd like to close us out on?
First of all, thank you, Jeff, for having me on your platform. Your platform gives our community, our leaders, a voice to reach out and, touch one person. And if our message can touch one person somewhere around the world to change their life forever and have the ripple effect, that's what this industry is all about.
Yeah.
The message I would tell you is go focus on helping as many people impact their life, and your life will be taken care of. Find your passion and purpose and go bring it to life.
Yeah, go get missional focus. I love it. Thank you very much. Before we go, where can we connect with you, learn more about your work? For our listeners, if they want to choose to connect with you, how can they get access to DJ?
Yeah, if they choose to connect with me, Jeff, they can go to Instagram and type in The Real DJ Barton. I'll pop up there. On Facebook, same thing, DJ Barton. LinkedIn as well. Those are the 3 major platforms that I'm personally on, and they can connect with me. And I'd love to connect with the people. I coach people. I love helping people. It doesn't matter if you work with me or not. If we can touch you and inspire you in a way that's going to help you have success, it's a win for all of us.
No, really appreciate you, DJ. Mate, this is I'm known as the Laptop Lifestyle Dad, and part of my brand is dad jokes. So I always like to close out an episode with a dad joke.
Love it.
And so the latest one I heard the other day was so my wife asked me to pass her the lipstick, and I accidentally passed her the glue stick. Now now I haven't heard from her all day.
I love it. Oh my God, I'm going to steal that tonight. I've got a networking event. I'm going to have some fun with that one. So that's good.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, legends. Well, this has been a powerful episode. Hey, if you've got value from this, don't keep it to yourself. Share it out with the world. But more importantly, let us know in the comments, like, what was that light bulb value bomb for you? Share it with us. But don't just share it with us. Go and apply it to your life, because it's better to see ignorance on fire versus knowledge on ice, yeah? So go share it with someone who needs to hear it, and take the knowledge yourself and go and apply it. Yeah, get it out of your head, get it into your heart, and make it a part of you. Hey, make sure that you subscribe to all of our channels. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're also hosted on the LA Tribune Podcast Network. So make sure you subscribe, stay in touch so you don't miss another episode. And hey, let us know how we can help you. Who would you like to listen to? What do you need from this podcast? And how can we serve you? All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Stay caffeinated, stay legendary, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.